Hi everybody. I just wanted to jump on today because we've had so many inquiries about our interior design packages with Optimize Home and doing them virtually. So many of you are a little bit worried about the virtual consultation, about the fact that we won't be coming to your house, we won't be visiting you in your home, getting a sense and meeting you in the home. And I just wanted to jump on and say that actually this virtual service, there's huge benefits to it. And we worked recently with Kate. So she was so kind and said, look, I'll come on with you. I'll talk about my experience and why actually she preferred it to the idea of somebody coming out to her house. So we're going to keep this really short and sweet, really snappy, but just want to go through how it worked, Kate's experience for her home office, give you a little taster of how our pack works, how the service works, and hopefully just lets you set aside some of those fears. And of course the big reveal will be coming up soon, so we cannot wait to show you the finished and end result. But obviously with lockdown, all the tradespeople haven't been able to get out there, so it's just taking a little bit longer. So I'm going to invite Kate now to join. So just wait for her to join there. And just to say as well that you can book a call with the team, you know, if you want to talk through how the service is going to work, what your needs are, and they'll advise you what the best option to go for is, and, you know, talk you through measuring in particular, because I know a lot of you were worried about that, but it's very straightforward. So I just see Kate there. There we go. Because yeah, the measuring is something that a lot of you are concerned about, but really we can help with all of that. So hi Kate, how are you?
Sorry, I forgot to press request. I was standing looking at you. Thought, this must be frozen.
That's so funny. And they've changed the format, so I've no idea where the little request button is. I'm gonna have to Google this afterwards. They've changed everything, so I don't know
That's
how
sure
to work it anymore. But
we're
look,
checking the tubes.
we'll keep it so quick, Kate, for people, but you're so good coming on. I was saying in the intro just how so many people are confused, they're a little bit nervous that we can't come out and visit them. But just to talk to you about your experience of working with us virtually, because you came to me in January about your home office.
Yeah, and for me, COVID aside, I think virtually is just fantastic. I was in my pajamas, no one could see me, no one's coming to the house, you're not driving from Dublin, and
Yeah.
just quickly showed you around the room, did a visual tour, spoke to you on the phone about what I wanted. We had our brief meeting, and then did my quick measurements, which were very simple, and got an unbelievable design from you.
Brilliant. No, it was great. And you're so right. Like for a long time, Kate, even before COVID, we've been trying to encourage people who are outside of Dublin, where travel is, you know, that there's an additional cost for us traveling and things like that. So it just adds to the cost. So doing it virtually makes so much sense. And then you were amazing at sending us, you know, so we had our virtual call. That was brilliant to get to know what you wanted, what you were hoping for. But then you were great. You sent us a video and you measured. So how did you find the measuring? Because a lot of people are nervous about doing that
I
themselves.
know, I know. We get that with paint as well. And the
Yeah,
measuring is just so straightforward. Like you literally with your tape measure, stick it to the wall, the child can hold it, and then just take the reading. Or even I find I'll even take a photograph of the reading in the
yeah,
different places, like, if you're nervous of taking the reading. But no, the measuring was very straightforward. And like you say, then the few inspiration images you asked me for, I think we
yeah.
all know what we love. Like we watch an image and we get something from it. So for me, if you're on Instagram, Pinterest, you screenshot a few images, very easy, find your few favorites, bang them onto yourself. And then you're getting something that's really classy and curated, but not a show house. You're getting your own personality and
Yeah,
flair in the room. And
yeah.
mine is divine, Denise. Wait till you see.
Your personality is fabulous. You see, this is it. And
No, 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 my personality is stronger, but the room,
no,
the
no,
room.
No, but for sure. And I guess, that is one of the joys of this is that like we aren't about imposing any kind of particular style on anybody. We work with anything. And that's the fun of working with so many people is that we get to create so many different schemes and each and every single one of them are totally unique. So that's just fantastic. It's really, really great. Really good.
And that's the thing too, where like you had my images and like you did just give me one back then. I got two to choose from and they were both quite different. And
Hmm.
I think I went with the wild card one. I like a bit of deep and dark.
Yeah.
But I thought that was wonderful that I got two options as well. So like it
Yeah.
was hard to pick between the two of them, but you'd said to me afterwards I could use a blended version of both.
Exactly, exactly. And that's, something it's actually interesting as well because you were really brilliant about you actually sketched out a couple of ideas for the layout of the room that you had in your head. And often we find people are nervous to tell us what they're thinking because they don't want to influence us. But, even if what they're proposing isn't going to work or whatever, it gives us brilliant insights into what they're hoping for. So for you, it was about looking out the window. It's about, having a space for the kids to come and sit if they wanted to pop in and say hello when you were working. So I just think that's really important too. Don't be afraid to share your ideas because it all just helps us to get that big picture.
And like me, where I told you like the aspect and where I want the desk, I think we all have an area that we'll be strong on when we're looking to design a space. Obviously,
Mm,
for me, paint, I knew the paint
hmm.
type I wanted, but I didn't even know the color I wanted. I wouldn't have your level of expertise when it comes to color. So I knew aspect and I knew seating and feng shui myself, but there's so many other things then. And I
Yeah.
think with all of us, we won't be able to bring all of those skill sets unless we're a designer. So for me, purchasing furniture, oh, I might well be purchasing foreign currency. I just wouldn't have a clue. And the fact that you were able to ask me of, the types of things I liked and gave
Hmm.
me a shopping list, that was just, I didn't think that kind of service was out there where you're given exactly what to get. I just bought them. There was a few wildcard ones now where like even where you gave me the two plans, you gave me
Yes.
obviously as well two price points. I
Hmm.
sold my kidney for the fancy desk because it was just divine. And then
Hmm.
there was a fancy chair I wanted to sell my other kidney for, but I went with the lower budget chairs. It was great. I could decide, okay, which
Yeah.
item do I really want to go hard on, get the one I want, and then other things I compromised and got something that was more cost effective.
Yeah, no, fantastic. And I mean, again, that's another thing people aren't that comfortable sharing with us is the budget. But, as long as they can tell us how much they need to spend or they have to spend, then we guide them appropriately. And like we did for you, we'll always give options. So even for a lot of people, Kate, they wouldn't do it all in one go either. So they might just get the key pieces, but at least then they have that shopping list, they have that list of information, so they can chip away at that over time as they need to. And that gives them confidence then to move forward. So Kate, oh no, we lost her. I'm back. Who was lost there, me or you? It
I
was
don't
probably
know. I don't know. You were saying about the key piece where you don't have to do it at once. You have a plan.
exactly. You have the plan to
Yeah.
work to. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
guess, Kate, just, for us, what the most important thing is to make people feel comfortable and confident to move forward themselves because it is so difficult to navigate, especially now. When you're buying things online, trying to figure out, well, who's delivering to Ireland anymore? Like so many of the ones that we love don't. So there's been so many changes in the marketplace. So that's sort of what we would really try and navigate for people. We're in touch with these suppliers, so just making sure that all of these suppliers are going to be able to deliver.
And I think as well, like you said, like when you purchase that service where someone's designing it for you, you also purchase the fallback of that rug wasn't available. And that's what happened to me with the first option on the
Yeah,
rug. And like
yeah,
even that simple thing, I would not know how to pick another rug. Like if the I knew the one you sent me, but I was afraid that the one would have maybe too much brown or something. I didn't want to get it wrong. And I had loved the scheme so much that you just sent me the second option. And it's going to be
yeah,
absolutely good. Like I'm weak for it. I'm weak for it. Like obviously I went really dark on the presses and I love a brave scheme.
yeah.
And then on the walls, a lovely soft colour. So yeah, and a rug. The rug came and would fill the whole house. I couldn't believe the size of the rug. And it's that really fancy scheme where you have the desk and everything inside of a giant rug. I would never have the confidence before to get a rug the size of my whole house, but we'll see. It's going to look good.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. It sounds amazing. Well, listen, Kate, we won't take any more of your time. You're so good. And hopefully that's just sort of clarified for people that, look, this can work. It can save time. It'll help save money. And don't be afraid. And with the measurements, you know, if we're missing anything from people, we can come back and ask. So there's no issue.
And they're not critical, sure they're not. Like when you get a video as well, you have a fair idea, like if they measured it way off, left it at 0, you'll know that. And I think the measurements are only really critical if you have joinery
Yeah,
pieces coming in, and then the joiner will come and measure. Like you recommended a joiner to me,
that's
he's going
right.
to come there and measure everything. So
Yeah.
I would be nervous if I was measuring for, you know, bespoke cabinetry. Yeah,
Exactly. And the same with curtains and blinds. And just to say that, it's exactly the same. The curtain or blind manufacturer is going to come out and double check measurements anyway. So there's no need to worry about any of that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the big one then lastly, really like the virtual, where I think the world has changed having someone driving from Dublin down to Kilkenny or Carlow. And I think if you find an expert you gel with, I just think virtual is so much easier. And you can be in, you could be wearing your pajamas and you can do it. It took me 5 minutes, whereas you would have had to driven, I'd have someone in the house.
Yeah.
Just, I think virtual for that kind of service is brilliant, and send you your inspiration pictures.
No, it's great, and it's opened up so many options, even for people who are living really remotely and stuff like that. So now, literally, yeah, all this stuff is at your fingertips. So it's great. It's really good.
Denise, the after picture is yet to come. I will
I
keep you
cannot
posted.
wait. I cannot wait. Look, and we promised to share it with everybody. You might come back on again, Kate, and we can talk through from your fabulous
Yeah,
office when it's done. Yeah.
definitely. The progress now will be slow with getting tradesmen into the cabinetry, whatever. But yeah, absolutely. I'll keep you posted. I'll do a few sneaky small reveals as I go.
Great. Cannot wait. Okay. Well, Kate, thanks so much. And thanks everybody for tuning in. See you soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.